What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Sun and Tim Show. I'm Sun, he's Tim, or he's Tim, whichever way, I don't know, however this screen stuff works.
Something, yeah.
But yes, and today we are talking Bulls basketball. In particular, we're talking about the point guard position.
Yes.
Let's talk about some Coby White today, Tim. What do you got for us?
Oh man, it's growing pains. I mean, everybody's talking about this right now, but this is
Mm-hmm.
his second season as a starter, right? And like we were kind of talking about before this video, son, last year he was used about 39% at point guard. This year he's being used 97% at point guard. So like even Donovan references him as a shooter, but they're trying to keep him in, give him some confidence at point guard. I mean, he does have some decent numbers just on the season. He's at 5.8 assists to 2.7 turnovers, which is a lot better than Zach LaVine's 5.2 to 4.3. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Tim, turnovers are a whole other thing we would have to talk about with the Bulls, but go ahead.
yes, well, guys, we'll talk about that some other time because that's a whole separate video. But
Yeah.
Coby White, I mean, he's under the league average for three-point shooting. He's right around 35%. He's been pretty awful lately, especially with this three-point shooting. He's only getting 2.2 attempts per game at the free throw line. So he's not attacking a lot. He's taking a lot of open shots. He's missing a lot. I don't like the way the ball is flowing through him too much at offense. There's just a lot of concern, son, right now. I mean, like I talked about, growing pains. He was awful. 5 points in 24 minutes, 2 turnovers versus the Celtics. And in the last 5 games, he's only, what was it? I wrote down. He only has 9.4 points, 33% shooting, 4.2 assists. So he's regressing.
Yeah, 33% shooting for a shooting guard. Ouch. Look, you're right, Tim. I mean, wow, we're just gonna have to go through some of the ups and downs of a sophomore season with a young player.
He already had his
Eh,
freshman slump too, which is frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, he had one game where he had 0 points.
Yeah.
I believe the Bulls won that game though, but I mean, yes, hopefully he can get out of this funk, Tim. But I mean, are you thinking that he's not a solution or a long-term solution at point guard? Is that what you're thinking? Do you think that he's better served coming off the bench and being a sixth man?
I think that's a general idea. And this is something I want to talk to you about, son. If we bench him this early, can it destroy his confidence as a 20-year-old? What do you
Yeah,
think?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that he'll take it well. He's a professional,
Yeah.
but he's so young.
Yeah.
So, I understand that Billy Donovan was expecting him to go through growing pains, but yeah, it's coming at the expense of the team right now, Tim. I mean, the team has looked horrible in the last 2 games against Boston and LA. I don't, and a lot of it, or at least some of it, you can attribute it to Coby White's play. It's just
Yeah.
it hasn't been good.
Well, I think one of the most concerning things, son, is I'll give you an example. When he's on the floor with Markkanen, they're about a minus 18 together. When Satoransky's on the floor with Markkanen, they're about minus 10. So both
Oh,
players aren't the greatest, but you're seeing much more of an improvement. So that's saying Coby White, obviously, his poor play is affecting somebody like Markkanen, who obviously needs the ball, needs to be cutting. There's something I think maybe part of the stagnant offense too when Coby got the ball too.
right, right. Because yeah, we've seen it. Bulls fans, we know this all too well when we see Coby White dribbling it for 16 seconds and then he puts up a shot. Nobody else on the Bulls team touches the ball on that offensive possession. I think we both agree, Tim, in the beginning of the season that we have to just learn to live with this.
Yeah.
But I think we've reached a point now where, those shots are not going in and it's putting the Bulls in a deeper and deeper hole in games. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is Coby White the long-term answer at point guard? I don't think so, because I think
Yeah,
if
I
he
know.
was a natural point guard, he would have figured this out by now.
Well, he could
You
be a
know?
scoring point guard. I don't think there's anything really wrong with that. But I mean, the way he's playing right now, it just isn't. Especially the way he, like I said with the Markkanen thing. I don't feel like the other players are as comfortable with him on the floor as they are with Satoransky, even though I
Correct.
don't think Satoransky's that good. But it just doesn't seem like there's as much of a flow to the offense. I'd almost rather have Levine bring the ball up more than Coby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
agree with that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, perhaps because it seems like that's where Kobe's more comfortable, like getting handoffs or running off screens and getting the ball.
Yeah.
Not he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who feels comfortable just bringing the ball up and setting up the offense. Um,
Well,
but
he's
if you
getting
look
the
at Zach
shot.
Levine,
Oh, go
if you
ahead.
look at if you look at Zach Levine, though, if you mentioned that he turns the ball over a lot too. I think you mentioned he averages 5 to 6 turnovers a game.
Yeah, 4.2. Yeah,
Oh, 4.2. Okay.
that's horrid.
Yeah, the Levine and White combined had 4 assists and 8 turnovers. And yeah, that can't happen in games, Tim. So am I okay with Levine bringing the ball up and playing point guard? I think only at times. I think he can only handle it in spot moments during the game.
Well,
But I
yeah, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
this is the place I hate in the NBA, son, where you could beat up on a lot of bad teams, but then when you play the good teams, you're outclassed.
Hmm.
It's the worst place. But you got to trust the process. It's like this article I'm writing somewhere. I talked to you about it, like going to therapy as a Chicago fan. My going to therapy as a Bulls fan is me dealing with mixed up emotions, dealing with this like I want to win, but then the trauma of we lost, we're losing again. I don't know what to feel because like I see this awesome team. I see Patrick Williams getting involved, but I know I should just press the brakes. This is a season where we have to learn, but some of these players are learning and they're having some huge revelations, and then it's like crap again. So
Yeah.
hard team to
Yeah.
do. Um, but I think it's long term. I think we have the right coach. Yeah, he does have some personnel, substituting lineup issues. I have sometimes, but I think he's doing. I think he's doing much better than obviously Boylan.